of His Excellency Governor Simba Paul Arati on Monday, 15 April 2024, accompanied with a battery of lawyers, submitted formal complaint regarding his endangered life to the Director of Criminal Investigation Headquarters in Nairobi. Concerned that His Excellency Governor has been operating in Kisii County, his area of jurisdiction, under difficult circumstances, full of harassment, intimidations, persecutions meted against him. Apparently, the Governor is not comfortable discharging his governmental responsibilities from the county because of hostile and toxic environment. The residents of Kisii County and the entire nation may not enjoy fruits of revolution as enshrined in the Constitution of Kenya 2010 if the state agencies, which include the DCI and other security apparatus, cannot offer protection and defend His Excellency Simba Arati against his detractors. Honorable Speaker, if this does not happen, what are we left with? Then this means as commoners who do not have state protection are the most endangered species in this country. Honorable Speaker, it is conspiracy of these state agencies to defeat justice in this country. Honorable Speaker, is this the same script that has been previously orchestrated by senior security officers at the base of senior politicians who have vowed not to witness Governor Simba Arati serve the people of Kisii County? Yet it happened. Yet its people overwhelmingly voted into the office against all odds, Mr. Speaker. Honorable Speaker, it's true that security officers were intending to plant weapons at the governor's residence in order to support their intention of arresting and charging him in court over falsehood. Honorable Speaker, what happened to the practice of Article 27, the Constitution of Kenya 2010, which provides for equality and freedom from discrimination? Honorable Speaker, how about freedom and the security of the person as expressly stated in Article 29 of the Constitution of Kenya 2020? Honorable Speaker, every person has inherent dignity and right to have the dignity respected and protected as espoused in Article 28 of the Constitution of Kenya 2020, especially the culpable of the government. Honorable Speaker, we do condemn this act of detractors in the strongest terms possible and call upon the entire residents of Kisii County to join in condemning the progressive acts by the security agencies. Honorable Speaker, this House is firmly behind the Governor, His Excellency Paul Simba Arati, to ensure that he delivers on his manifesto. We demand that, Mr. Speaker, he is accorded maximum security as required by the law and actions taken against the perpetrators and the illegal plans, Mr. Speaker, and threats of his life. Mr. Speaker, there was a clip of the CCIO, Kisii, Mr. Speaker, trying to threaten the life of His Excellency Paul Simba Arati. The clip is all over, Mr. Speaker, but we have not had anything, Mr. Speaker, which has been done against that lady, Mr. Speaker. And we are asking, Mr. Speaker, if the governor's life can be threatened, what of the common man or the MCAs like us, Mr. Speaker? If the governor is threatened, what can happen to us or you, Mr. Speaker? So we are demanding that, Mr. Speaker, if the security apparatus cannot protect us, then we will be left with no option other than going for Maandamano until, Mr. Speaker, we have justice for His Excellency Simba Arati and the other members of Kisii County. And I request, Mr. Speaker, Honorable Motume, my friend from Masige East, to second the motion.
You may raise your voice because electricity is not there.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, point of order.
Let him second first.
It's not interrupting, but Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, this the leader of majority has stood on a point of order on discussing, on adjourning this house to discuss a matter of county orders. Mr. Speaker, and our gadgets are not working. We will not be captured well when speaking, Mr. Speaker, this issue because this is a matter of county importance. I will want to ask Mr. Speaker if it is possible, Mr. Speaker, this matter can be discussed when the gadgets are working, Mr. Speaker, and the loudspeakers are working, Mr. Speaker, so that it can be captured, Mr. Speaker, well, in the answer for each and every person, Mr. Speaker, to hear what you think of this issue. Thank you. I'm just seeking guidance, Speaker.
Honourable members, to discuss when our budgets are there. We can use the retro which is there. We need to release our voices because if the life of somebody is in danger, as Ccio'S, whichever system we can use, I think it is in order we discuss using our few gadgets. And the good thing is that the media is not using those gadgets. They can hear us and they can put it properly. Yeah. The only good thing is that the media is here and that they don't use those gadgets. It's only that I can request you to raise your voice when we are discussing.
Sure.
Thank you. You can proceed.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity to second the motion. From the onset, Mr. Speaker, I wish to second the motion because it is a motion that is of county importance because I've heard from the leader of majority is touching on the safety and life of the senior most officer in the Kisii County, who is His Excellency the Governor. Mr. Speaker, I would like to remind you of an incident that happened several months ago when His Excellency the Governor was at Bene, where he was issuing or officiating the function to issue bursary forms to the residents of those areas. Mr. Speaker, what ensured there was not pleasing to the eyes of the public of Kisii and not even also the Republic of Kenya. Mr. Speaker, you remember we were in this same assembly, members of this assembly raised concerns regarding the safety and security of His Excellency the Governor. Since then, some of us went out for demonstrations trying to pump pressure to the system that they give the exact information as to what went wrong, that we saw our governor, his life being at risk at that particular time. So far, 3-4 months down the line, nothing good has come from the officers concerned, as the DCIO, and even the police. Mr. Speaker, recently, as the leader of majority has said, we have all had a clip by one CCIO of Kisii County. The clip was about, I can say, a conspiracy, or I can say a leaked or taped information or conversation on how the DCI attached to Kisii was busy planning on how to plant weapons and even raid the official residence of the governor at Mcas and even in Nairobi. I had the clip. You know, all this is coming from state agencies that are supposed to protect the lives of their citizens, the lives of their state officers. But when you hear this conspiracy going on, it negates the functions of that office and paints it negatively to the public. Mr. Speaker, several threats that have led to tension, intimidation, blackmailing have been going on in Kisii. And that I can attribute it to the delayed given service delivery that we have. our people of Kisii County, they have not enjoyed a very good environment, especially the leadership of the day, led by His Excellency the Governor. He has not enjoyed a very good environment to operate in. Every other time there is threat, there are blackmails, there are intimidations, and I can say even we are not doing very well in terms of service delivery because of all these things that are happening. Yet our people of Kisii County, they elected us, Mr. Speaker. The solemn reason why they did so is because they entrusted that we are going to discharge our mandate freely, fairly, in a conducive environment, and eventually get them the development they much so needed. Mr. Speaker, I don't know what is left of Kisii County. If we have a governor who is under threat, he can't operate from the precincts of this, this county. He can't freely move in the county where he was elected. He feels he's threatened and is not safe. Then I don't know who is safe in this county. How safe am I? A small insect in the eyes of those perpetrators who are out there planning how to plant weapons in the government. Mr. Speaker, it's high time that as the Assembly and as the elected members and nominated members of this Assembly to stand up and condemn this kind of activities, negative, retrogressive activities happening. Because if we don't accord the CEO of the county the respect that he needs, the environment that he needs, then we will be doing a lot of injustice to the many thousands of people who are elected into that office. We might not agree with him 100% of what he does, but at the moment, he is the leader of this county. So, Mr. Speaker, I'm appealing to the nation of Kenya and to the concerned departments, like the DCIO, who are supposed to investigate these issues. By now, we could see that officer actually answerable, or a statement should have come from the DCIO's office saying whether the clip was genuine or fabricated. Their silence is the same as the silence we saw at Yakembeni. Mr. Speaker, we are not going to keep quiet. I know Mandamanos don't yield much. I know press statements don't yield much. But we are telling the public of Kisii that the life of their government is in danger, and so to their leaders. And we are asking the national government that as much as devolution came, they must at all times give devolution a chance to work. Mr. Speaker, I beg to support, and it's a sad day that we are discussing the second time issues dealing with the senior most person in this assembly. I beg to support and I thank you.
Standing, I will support. Thank you. Honorable members, are we satisfied that the matter is definite, urgent, and the county importance? We can now adjourn and proceed discussing the issue at hand, which is the issue of our governor. Thank you. It's your time.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I stand to affirm that indeed the matter that the leader of majority has raised is a matter of county importance. And Mr. Speaker, I stand also to raise my voice that leaders are godly chosen, and once leaders are chosen, they should be respected and given their time to serve. Mr. Speaker, our governor has a constitutional office that is mandated to run for the next 5 years. Mr. Speaker, for the 5 years he was elected, whether he was elected by ODM or Wiper or UDA, Mr. Speaker, we are in a democratic country whereby philosophies of parties should be respected. So I stand here, Mr. Speaker, to say that it is indeed wrong when we got to hear that there is this audio that is in the public domain trying to plan on how the attack can be raised on the governor and weapons planted in his home. And indeed, as a concerned citizen or a representative of Kiboro Ward, I really feel, Mr. Speaker, it is wrong before the eyes of all these leaders in this House. Mr. Speaker, when government agencies that we really believe in their protection, the agencies that we really trust, that the agencies that we should run to whenever we are in fear or we have intimidations from other quarters, when we realize that these same agencies are the agencies that are planning, Mr. Speaker, to do such heinous acts, then, Mr. Speaker, I will tell you that this country is running into dogs and we are losing trust on these agencies.
He wants to bring those guns, we are ready for her, and then other agencies, Mr. Speaker, wants to plant any ill intention to the government. So I'm really thanking the House. We have to soldier on, we have to move on, and we have to see that we deliver the manifesto the governor is asking, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable members,